Welcome to FRC Recap for week number 1 of the Crescendo season. We have 30 events that are going to be covering all around the first world, broken down into 8 different regions, so you can always check the time codes or the chapters for the region that you want to jump into. All of our correspondents have been working hard to look into these events, and Recap's a little bit different this year, as we'll be focusing more on key matches and moments of an event rather than a broad recap. So let's dive in, find out who won which events, took home some awards here on FRC Recap. This video on fun is brought to you by viewers like you and also in partnership with the following. Discover how Kettering University students engineer their success with Kettering's amazing co-op employment programs where students earn great pay and gain valuable experience. Those accepted into Kettering University can apply for a robotics scholarship, providing up to an additional $5,000 a year in tuition assistance. Head on over to kettering.edu/first to learn more and apply. Support Fun's content creators when you sign up for a membership on YouTube Join. You'll get access to special perks like emotes, loyalty badges, and Fun members will even get early access to our scheduled videos and more. 100% of this revenue will go back to our correspondents to help recognize their efforts. Click the join button in any YouTube video to pledge your support.
The Granite State District event returned for its 10th consecutive year, but with a big twist. It was a 2-day event! With no snow in the forecast trying to shut the event down early this time, 35 teams from 4 New England states gathered at Salem High School in Salem, New Hampshire. With the event being the 3rd highest mean EPA for the entire 2024 season, this was by far the event to watch. Teams like 95, 131, 1058, 3467, 5687, 6328, and 6329 were all looking to make an impact. This event gave some incredible matches, such as Qual 32, which is probably the most hilarious match I've ever witnessed. It also graced us with one of the best Qual matches ever, Qual 59. It featured 95, 131, and 1058 on the Red Alliance, and 238, 6328, and 6329 on the Blue Alliance. The number neighbors Bucks and Advantage started off well during auto, but it quickly became an issue when Bucks had 3 notes stuck in their robot going into telly. They immediately ran over to the amp to deposit them, but they ended up getting 2 notes jammed in the amp, incapacitating it for the remainder of the match. The Red Alliance was able to play a very consistent triple offense, and the Blue Alliance just couldn't keep up, giving the Red Alliance the win, 110-84. After quals, 1058 ended up seeding first and ended up picking up 6328 and 7913. All of that after 6329 declined 1058. This would not be the last interaction, as each 1058 and 6329's alliances clashed in the finals for an epic showdown. Finals 1 was back and forth with the constant lead changes, where the alliance of 6329, 5687, and 238 ended up taking up match 1, 85-77. Finals match 2 was nuts. Easily the loudest match I've ever been around. The number 1 seed Red Alliance played triple offense the whole match, while the number 2 seed Blue Alliance played 2 offense, 1 defense. All 3 red robots continued to amp and speaker all throughout the entire match, scoring, but 238 of the Blue Alliance became a big problem to them and was able to drastically disrupt the output by positioning themselves in front of the blue stage and red source, ultimately giving the Blue Alliance the win, 105-96, securing the event win. Congrats to 6328 Mechanical Advantage on the double silver Kling Bling, event finalist and engineering inspiration, and to 4905 Andromeda 1 for winning impact.
Hello everyone and welcome to FRC 2024 Week 1. My name's Steve and I'm one of your new fun correspondents for this season, but enough about me, let's get into the action. I have 2 events to tell you about this week, so let's get started. First off, to my home district of New England for the New England District Hartford event in Hartford, Connecticut, where we saw 33 teams from 4 states, including 1 out-of-district team, battling it out to take home the first blue banners of the season. Hartford always draws a great mix of teams, and this year was no different, including a current Hall of Fame team, multiple former Einstein Field appearance teams, 3 Open Alliance members, and 2 2023 DCMP finalists. Now, if we wanted to preview what the top alliances were going to look like come Saturday afternoon, look no further than qualification match 52. 1768 Neshoba Robotics and 7407 are both playing on Blue Alliance in this match, and it becomes very clear why these two teams will go on to be the number 1 and number 2 overall pick in elimination, with both robots effortlessly divvying up the field and cycling game piece after game piece. 1768, along with their future third pick, are already showing a clear give and take as they dominate the amp, while 7407 handles the speaker. Despite the offensive power that both of these teams brought to their respective alliances, however, it would not be enough to take the day. And to understand why, let's turn to the heroes of the day, the number 4 seed alliance, captained by 175 Buzz Robotics, and joined by teammates 177 Bobcat Robotics and 5112 the Gondoliers. This unlikely lower-powered offense alliance would go on to win the day, taking down the 1st, 3rd, 5th, and 7th seeded alliances along the way. To figure out how this alliance won, let's look no further than the playoff match 7, where they were able to send the number 1 seed down to the losers bracket with a simple strategy: defense. 5112 had already quickly proven themselves a formidable defensive force during qualification, and the number 4 alliance was able to use that to full effect when they held the Red Alliance to only 9 notes in the speaker, with no notes being scored during an amplification period. Meanwhile, their alliance mates, 177 and 175, were able to put up 9 notes in the speaker, with 3 of those being during an amplification period. The number 1 seed couldn't make up the difference with their endgame and would fall to the number 4 seed, 57 to 54. Now, it wasn't smooth sailing to the winner's podium from there, as in the first finals match, 5112 would draw a red card, leading to an alliance DQ after tipping over in 1991. Knocked down but not out of the fight, they would rally to take the next 2 matches and hoist the first blue banner of the season. Huge shout out to semifinalists 3314 Mechanical Mustangs, 8085 Mojo, and 1991 Dragons for a hard-fought finals match. I'm sure we'll be seeing more from them and our winners in the weeks leading up to Springfield. Congrats to Team 1071 Team Max, who punched their ticket to Springfield with a well-deserved first Impact Award. 5112 the Gondoliers would not be satisfied with only 1 medal this weekend, as they would also take the Engineering Inspiration Award for a gold-silver medal combo to start their 2024 season. Moving on from Hartford, let's pack it up and travel a few hours down the I-95 corridor to Mount Olive, New Jersey, and check out the first Mid-Atlantic District Mount Olive event. At Mount Olive, there was a stable of 34 teams from all over Pennsylvania and New Jersey, eagerly waiting the chance to claim the first blue banner of the season and rack up those coveted district points in the race to Bethlehem. Included in this roster of teams were 2 perennial stalwarts of this event, former world champions and 3-time Mount Olive winners, 1676, the Passaic Pioneers, and 4-time Mount Olive winners, Team 222 Tigertrons. Both 1676 and 222 were out to prove their continued domination of this event, taking home a combined 18 wins in qualification matches despite having the strongest strength of schedule at the event, according to Statbotics. 1676 would finish qualifications at the top of the pyramid, ranked 1, in choosing 222 to join them, along with Team 5438 Technological Terrors. They would take their first 2 elimination matches with ease, besting the number 8 and number 4 alliance, but would then fall to the number 3 seed in semifinal match 11. They bounced back, however, defeating the number 7 seed to force a rematch with the number 3 seed in what would likely be one of the tightest finals matchups we see this season. Because of their detour to the losers bracket, the number 1 seed would be donning the blue bumpers for finals, while the number 3 seed alliance, led by Team 4361 Robotics and joined by Team 219 Team Impact and sophomore Team 9116 the Canucks and Bolts, will be sporting the red bumpers. Plagued by technical issues and FMS issues, Finals 1 would eventually get underway, ending in a victory for the Red Alliance after the Blue Alliance failed to achieve their autonomous period goals. Finals 2 is where people started biting their nails. As you can see in the video, Blue's auto was working again, but Red still had the advantage in auto, leading 21-16 going into teleop. But then Blue outscores Red 2-3 in teleop, bringing the score to 22-33. But there's a problem. 222 Tigertrons is dead on the field in the middle of the opposing alliance's stage. 1676 manages a spotlit climb with help from their human player, and Blue has 1 more robot parked, while all 3 red robots are parked in the endgame. As the timer strikes 0, Blue leads 47-44. But this match immediately goes under review by the refs, and after a lengthy deliberation, 222 is assessed 3 tech fouls for being disabled in the opponent's stage. That means 15 points to the Red Alliance, but with 1 foul and 1 tech foul themselves, the net result is a 61-61 tie for Finals 2. The heart-wrenching action didn't stop in Finals number 3. Reds now lost the autonomous advantage they had in the previous two matches, with both alliances tied 24-24 going to teleop. Blue takes the advantage in teleop, putting up 28 points to Red's 22, but with 91-16 on Red dying on the field at the 130 mark, there's only two robots on stage at the buzzer, and they're already trailing the Blue Alliance. Red falls 57-52, forcing a fourth finals match. In Finals 4, the number 1 seed Alliance in Blue would finish the come-from-behind victory with a 70-45 win to finish out the day. Huge shoutouts to both our finalist alliances who provided us with a thrilling afternoon of playoff robotics. If this is what we're seeing in Week 1, I can't wait for District Championships in Week 6. 1676 didn't just walk away with one gold medal this week, however, as they also won First Inspiration, and the double gold medals hanging around their necks will have guaranteed that we'll be seeing them in Bethlehem in Week 6. Team 75 Robo Raiders would take home the Engineering Inspiration Award, and 94-39 the Knights of Polaris will be crowned Rookie All-Star. That's all for me this week, but I look forward to bringing you more recaps from the Northeast and elsewhere in the world of FRC as the 2024 season continues into Week 2 and beyond.
The FMA season kicked off with the Hatboro Horsham event in Horsham, Pennsylvania. This event featured 33 teams with some fan favorites such as 25, 341, 2539, 2590, and 5895. After 66 qualification matches, it was 2539 the Krypton Cougars who seeded first. They picked up 5895 Petty Robotics and 9027 Path to Dominion and set forward. They ran into the number 2 seed in the upper bracket championship and ran into one of the biggest challenges yet. Both alliances hit their autos pretty well, but the number seed was just a little bit better. With a minute and 3 seconds left to go, 6226 jams themselves underneath the blue stage, and 341 came over to save them. Although it only took about 15 seconds to get them unstuck, it wasn't enough, and the number 1 seed won the match 88 to Blue Alliance 68 and punched their ticket to the finals, where they had a rematch with the number 2 seed. The finals were no joke, as both alliances were gunning for those blue banners. With the number 1 seed up by 1 match, Finals 2 kicked off. The number 1 seed hit a near perfect auto, while the number 2 seed missed both of their major autos. The 2 seed tried their hardest and fight back with their 2 offense, 1 shuttler, but it was no match to the number 1 seed of 2 offense, 1 defense, especially when 1168 broke their intake due to early friendly fire. At that point, the match was nearly over, and the number 1 seed ultimately won the match to secure the event win. A big congrats to 2539 Krypton Cougars for the Gold and Silver Kling Bling, event winners, and engineering inspiration, and to 2590 Team Nemesis on winning impact.
Starting us off for the season in Chesapeake was the CHS Ashland event. At this event, 29 teams gathered at Patrick Henry High School for 58 quals matches. When I said in the forecast that this event was stacked, I meant this event was stacked, including teams that I covered in 2106, 836, 8592, 1599, and 9709. We also saw some major contenders like 4099, 1731, and 422. Even with the notability of each team, many seemed to have the first event jitters. Many autos weren't working, aim was off with some of their shots, and many teams had major collisions and bug outs. It wasn't until late into the eliminations that it was discovered by a team that the April tags had been put in the wrong positions, which caused a major problem for people who were using odometry for their robots using said tags. Throughout all the bug outs, the team that stood out above all the rest was 1731 Fresta Valley Robotics. As seen in the auto phase of the first match, Fresta showed to have a phenomenal 6-node auto and a trap scoring mechanism. This team really took us back to the barnyard as they soared above the rest, holding the number 1 seed the entire event. In alliance selection, many options were on the table, such as 3136 Orca with their hyper consistency and versatility on both amp and speaker, 8592 for their higher ceiling but lower consistency, and 422 for the highest ceiling but very lower consistency. In the end, they chose the middle ground and picked 8592 Newton Squared, rounding out their alliance with 2998 Viking Bots. Going through the eliminations, the first seed was unstoppable, with 1731 and 8592 playing hand-in-hand with cycles through the speaker and amping at perfect moments to get those bonus points. While Alliance through the upper bracket put up a fight, the number 1 seed could not be stopped, with 76 as their lowest score of the 3 matches. In the finals, the number 1 faced the number 2 seed, and at a minute 45 seconds left on the clock, 422 lost power after a big collision, leading to a shutout win from the number 1 seed. In Finals 2, 422 was able to stay connected, but a collision with 2998 led to 422 upending their sibling team, granting a red card for the match. While the match was still in favor of the number 1 seed, the red card put the nail in the coffin, giving the win to the first seed alliance. Big congrats goes out to 97 and 9 Isotope on Rookie All-Star, 422 on EI for that double silver Cling Bling, and 2199 Robo Alliance for Impact.
Hiking west into the mountains of Virginia, 25 teams found themselves at the CHS Blacksburg event. Along with the regular district players, this event also saw 4 out-of-district teams compete. We had 1 Mid-Atlantic team in 4-5-7-5, 2 Michigan teams in 1-4-1 and 4-9-6-7, and 1 North Carolina rookie team in 9-4-9-6 Link. This event consisted of 67 qualification matches, which, if you're thinking about the math on how there were so many matches with so few teams, is because each team competed in 16 qualification matches. This made for some really quick turnaround times that kept all the teams on their toes for every match. Through all the turmoil of multiple teams having the top seed at different points of the competition, the one sitting up at the top was our visiting North Carolina rookie. As seen here in match 58, they boasted an impressive 4-note auto and followed up with a nimble robot that would vacuum up the notes from the ground and then sync them into the speaker. From their number 1 seed spot, they had the pickings of many teams, with teams like 449 Blair Robot Project, 401 Copperhead Robotics, 4967 That One Team, and 1629 Garrett Coalition as the main ones to look out for, thanks to their ability to grab notes from the center line during auto. They ended up choosing 449 for their compatibility of autos and high ceiling when operational. The alliance was then rounded out with 1885 Comet Robotics, and later on called on the lone backup of 8230 Koibots as the means of versatility and precaution against damaged robots. This alliance soared through round 1 and 2, scoring well over 70 unpenalized points. Round 3 saw the first seed start off strong, but a collision with 9496 and 4967 at a minute and 46 seconds left on the clock led to one of Link's CAN wires getting ripped out, leaving their subsystems unable to function for the rest of the match, giving the win to the 3rd seed. They plugged it right back in and continued on to dominate the next match with an unpenalized 90 points scored. Now in the finals, the number 1 seed started off strong, with the 3rd seed seeming to struggle, as 4967 started to have drive issues around a minute 55 seconds left in the match, resulting in a score of 52-76. Finals 2 saw the unfortunate case of those problems on 4967 not being resolved, leaving them dead on the field, giving the win to the number 1 seed. Big congrats to the winners, as well as the 9403 Star Stuff on the Rookie All-Star, 1885 on EI for the Gold Silver Cling Bling, as well as the 401 on Impact.
Hey everyone, let's travel down to FNC to look at the Week 1 Orange County event. This event was located in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, and there were 30 teams in attendance. This event was a blast, with multiple teams competing at high levels for Week 1. The high score of the event was 116 with 30 penalty points, and several of the notable teams attending this event were 7763 Carbor Robotics, 4795 Eastbats, 587 The Hedgehog, and Team 900 The Zebracorns. The most important match in quals was definitely match 42. In this match, 7763 and 4795 were paired together, and as 2 of the best robots at the event, it was a fantastic match. With only 2 working robots, they were able to put up a very impressive 24 points heading out of auto, and throughout teleop, they were able to continue scoring at an almost frantic pace as they had no defense played on them. Despite having scored only 2 amp notes and only having 1 point with the endgame due to 1 robot parked, they were able to score 70 points and 24 notes scored. This match really influenced the line selection, as these teams were able to see they work well together and ended up picking each other at becoming alliance number 1. Another one of the important matches here at this event was has to be finals number 1. This match was between the number 1 alliance comprised of 7763 Carbor Robotics, 4795 Eastbots, and 8757 Geobots. And Alliance 2 with Team 6908 Infused, Team 900 the Zebracorns, and Team 4895 Titanium Tigers. The match started out with a bang in auto, as giving them a tied score of 29, and then scoring during teleop continued at a rapid pace, with both alliances staying close to each other until the 1 minute remaining mark, when Red started to pull ahead due to excellent defense by 8757, blocking the Blue Alliance from easily reaching their source and adding multiple seconds to every cycle. Red managed to get a 17-point lead at endgame when Blue managed to get 2 amped shots off at the 10-second mark, but was unable to catch up to Red, who ended up winning the match 73-65 without penalties. The second finals match was also 85-63, Red winning, with 22 penalty points to Red, costing Blue the match. A huge congratulations to Alliance 1 for winning the event and getting a gold Kling Bling. I also want to give a shout out to Alliance 3, who after losing their first match, made it all the way to match 13 before being eliminated by 3 points. They did a fantastic job, and this is a really hard feat. Also, congratulations to Team 2642 Pit Pirates for winning the Engineering Inspiration Award for a silver Kling Bling, and Team 900 for winning a gold and silver Kling Bling for Impact and a finalist. Huge shout out to all the other award winners at Orange County, and that is it for this event.
The South Florida Regional took place in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, with 39 teams representing Florida, New York, Turkey, Colorado, Iowa, Massachusetts, and Texas. Several of these teams were coming off multiple Blue Banner seasons, including 59 Ramtech, 180 Spam, and 694 Stypulse. However, the number 1 seed would be captured by 179, the Children of the Swamp, the team who has won this event every year going back to 2018. A key match in not only securing the number 1 seed for 179, but also determining several alliance captains was Quals 54. Autonomous has 179 getting 5 notes in auto, getting the alliance a quarter of the way to the Melody RP. At 150 left in play, you will see 179 steal a note from the Blue Alliance source. This strategy would prove to be key to the Red Alliance's success. These steals just keep happening, with the most successful happening with 1:07 left to play, as both 179 and 6317 steal notes from near the Blue Alliance source yet again. Finally, with 23 seconds left, the Red Alliance secures their Unicorn match with a 179 Climb and Trap alongside climbs from 6317 and 6743. This would be one of only 7 Unicorn matches at the event. This was the first of 3 for 179 and the second of 3 for 6743, leading to the eventual number 1 seed for 179 and number 3 rank for 6743. We now fast forward all the way to the overtime finals. After a tie in finals 3, this match should have been for all the marbles. Autonomous started with 180, finally able to score an auto after struggling with April tags all through elims, giving Red a sizable lead. At 2 minutes left to play, you immediately see the adaptations from both alliances. Due to camera issues, 2383 is now on defense for Blue, while 744 has switched from hybrid offense-defense to full-time defense. This now means 180 for Red is on amp duty, something they haven't done all elims. At a minute left, you can see the Red Alliance strategy paying off. 180 scores quickly in the amp, 744 is keeping 5557 from being able to cycle effectively, and 179 is lighting up the speaker. At 20 seconds left, Red Alliance looks to secure their victory with a triple climb to no climbs on the Blue Alliance. However, this would not be the last match of the event. After it was discovered that the Blue Alliance amp was not properly sending a signal to their speaker for amplification, the call was made to replay the match. To say this decision was controversial at the event would be an understatement. Luckily, Red played the same strategy in overtime too, Electric Boogaloo, and even with 2383 now able to score again, Alliance 1 would secure the regional win. Congratulations to 179, 180, and 744 on their regional win. Congratulations are also in order to Team 9404 Forge on their Rookie All-Star Award. 3627 Jungle Robotics would take home the Engineering Inspiration as well as the Woody Flowers Finalist Award, while Team 108 Sigma Cats secures their first ever Impact Award. Many of these teams are going to be competing later on in Florida as well as several other events across the country. We look forward to seeing how they progress.
The Canadian Pacific Regional, taking place at the Victoria Royals Hockey Stadium in Victoria, British Columbia, offered quite the spectacle to anyone watching this event. The 36 teams at this event hailed from 4 U.S. states, 2 Canadian provinces, and 5 different countries. Additionally, there were several big names at this event. The Robodogs trio from Granville, Michigan of 216, 244, and 288 made their annual appearance at the event this year, as well as 359 Hawaiian Kids from Waialua, Hawaii, 1622 Team Spider from Kauai, California, 4253 Raid Zero from Taipei, Taiwan, 4270 Crusaders from Honolulu, Hawaii, 4421 Forge Robotics from Calgary, Alberta, 6364 10-Ton Robotics from West Vancouver, British Columbia, and 6390 Hephaestus from Surrey, British Columbia. With such a lineup, this event was bound to deliver, and deliver it did. This regional offered an extremely consequential match early on in qualification 16. 4 of the 6 teams in this match were some of the big names I mentioned already on opposite alliances. Immediately, we see 359 and 4270 with extremely compatible multi-piece autos, allowing them to take the early lead. Unfortunately, their alliance partner would remain disconnected for the entire match, so this was essentially a 2v3 against a solid opponent. Rather unexpectedly, 4253 immediately goes to play defense in Teleop, and we would later find out that they were unfortunately experiencing a lot of robot issues throughout the event. A key moment here is around 1 minute 48 seconds left in the match. We see 8338 on the Red Alliance in the bottom right camera view backing away to allow 216 to score, then immediately moving back into score with their extremely unique mechanism that I just wanted to shout out there. When the dust settled at the end of the match, the Blue Alliance would take it with a score of 78-43, despite having a robot down. Coming out of the qualification matches, 359 would seed first and would select 4270, who they'd successfully won a 2v3 qualification match with. When looking for a third robot, they ended up picking 8338 Boostery Bears Robotics from West Kelowna, British Columbia, after seeing that maneuver that they pulled off with 216 in that qualification match. They would call in 6902 Strike from Foz do Iguaçu, Brazil as a backup bot and smoothly sail their way into finals. In finals, they would face the number 2 alliance of 216, 4421, and 1622. However, Alliance 1 was easily able to take both finals matches with scores of 78-48 and 75-50, respectively. Congratulations to the number 1 alliance. Congratulations are also in order for finalist 4421, who had both a Dean's List Finalist Award and a Woody Flowers Finalist Award win. Finally, a congratulations to the Rookie All-Star winners, 9641 Robotics 71 from Comox, British Columbia, to 6902 Strike for their Gold Silver Cling Bling on winning the event and winning the Regional Engineering Inspiration Award. And finally, to 1622 Team Spider for their Silver Gold Cling Bling on making it to finals and taking home the first Impact Award. And moving right along, we travel to the complete opposite side of the country, where 40 teams, all from Quebec, competed in the Festival de Robotics Regional. There's a lot to cover this event in a short time, so I'm going to breeze right through it. I have 2 matches I want to cover before finals, so let's immediately go into qualification 72. This was the third to last match of the qualification rounds, with 7605 Astra from Santaris already locked in the first seed. However, on the other side of the carpet, 3990 Tech for Kids from Montreal were able to outpace 7605 easily with a 3-piece auto and consistent fast cycles throughout the match. Fairly early on, with about 2 minutes left in the match, we see 3990 just pushing their way through any defenders to continue their cycles. And then if anyone's heard the phrase, if you can't beat them, join them, that's exactly what 7605 did in Alliance selection, picking 3990, who had just beaten them first overall, and rounding out their alliance with 4952 Les Carnicas from Magog. They would not have smooth sailing in the finals, however, as they were sent to the lower bracket in match 11 by the third alliance of 3996 Riki Teak from Romowski, 5528 Ultimate AGT from Trois Rivières, 4955 LA Tech from Lachine, and 3550 from Robotronics from LaSalle. Just after auto ends, we can see 7605 having movement issues that would prevent them from contributing to most of the match, meaning 3990 was more or less on their own for scoring. Luckily, they were able to resolve these issues by match 13 and would win that match to face the third alliance again in finals, where they handily took both matches with scores of 32-66 and 50-83. Congratulations to the number 1 alliance. Just like the Canadian Pacific Regional, this regional also featured a team winning both a Dean's List Finalist and Woody Flowers Finalist Award, that being 3986 Espresso from Saint Laurent, so a huge congratulations to them. Also, congratulations to 9624 on their Rookie All-Star win, 3544 on their Engineering Inspiration win, and 3990 for achieving the double gold Cling Bling with the event win and First Impact Award.
The First in Michigan Milford event lived up to the hype and showed us what some of the top competitors in the state had to offer. Hosted at the GM Proving Grounds, this elite event featured a variety of powerhouse teams. 67, 3538, 3175, 503, 4362, and many more challengers. While many, including myself, expected Team 67, the Hot Team, and Team 35-38, the Robojackets, to team up to win the event, it quickly became apparent that Team 3175 Night Vision was the top team at the event and would rank first. The match that sealed the deal for Night Vision was Quals 72, in which they took on a powerful alliance featuring the Robojackets, the Livonia Warriors, and the Tyros team. Night Vision took up the challenge and shot their way to an undefeated number 1 rank. With their number 1 seed, 3175 went on to select Team 4362, the CSPA Gems out of Brighton, Michigan. The Gems complemented the Knights well, with their distance shooting and source side auto. Hall of Fame Team 67, the Hot Team, seeded second, and selected their fellow Hall of Fame Team 503, the Frog Force, to join their alliance. Team 7056, the Fast Team, seeded 3 and selected the last remaining powerhouse, 35-38, the Robojackets. Playoffs went relatively as expected when compared to EPA predictions, with an Alliance 1v2 clash in Match 11. Unfortunately for the Red number 1 Alliance, their captain Night Vision would break down, and they would lose this match in defeating fashion. It was the number 4 Alliance that met the number 1 seed in Match 13. However, the powerful top seed would prevail. Setting up an epic 3-match final series, Alliance 1 took the first match and Alliance 2 the second. It all came down to this, the rubber match. Unfortunately, the number 1 Alliance's third robot, 5860, did not operate until about 30 seconds left in the rubber match. This extra defensive force could have been the difference maker. However, the Blue Alliance put up a valiant effort nonetheless. 67 adapted from their qual strategy of distance shooting to close-up subwoofer shots, much more like 3175 did. Their increase in accuracy and intense speed made them an offensive powerhouse. 503's auto arsenal was the perfect match, and 7660 provided even more offensive support. The number 2 Alliance goes on to win the match and the event, making this the Hot Team's 5th Milford District win out of just 6 chances. Congratulations to all the teams that competed at Milford this weekend. Special shout out to the Impact Award winner Team 548, the Robostangs out of Northville, Michigan, and Engineer and Inspiration Award winner Team 2832, the Livonia Warriors from Livonia, Michigan. Best of luck to all their teams at their next event, and best of luck to them as they fight for the right to compete at the Michigan State Championship. The first in Michigan Kettering number 1 event was an emotional roller coaster. Kettering is always a distinctly first experience, hosting 2 districts and one of the best off-season events in Michigan. This iteration came with a lot of uncertainty, as the top few seeds were always in motion. Common faces like Team 27 Rush, Team 33 the Killer Bees, and Team 5460 were all in the mix, but we also saw teams like 894 the Power Chargers, Team 9245 the Laker Dreadnoughts, and Team 7247 Error 404 hold high rankings throughout qualifications. One key moment in quals occurred in Match 74 when an alliance led by 33 defeated an alliance led by 27, dropping 27 out of first place and bringing 9245 into first, and drama was already ensuing. Just after that, in Match 76, 894 the Power Chargers would defeat 9245, putting the top seeds up in the air once again. After many different teams claimed it, the 1 seed eventually settled on the Hall of Fame Team 27 Rush. Rush selected Michigan Elite Team 33 the Killer Bees to join their alliance. This duo looked to be an executioner combo with 2 impressive robots from 2 teams that knew how to win. 894 the Power Chargers finished second, and they selected Team 4779 the Robo Sapiens. 9245 the Laker Dreadnoughts captained the 3 Alliance, selecting Team 5460 Strike Zone, last year's world finalists. After Alliance selection was completed, many saw the 1 seed as the clear winner of this event. What happened in Elims was a ride that would shock the world. In the first round, the only upset came from a well-rounded 6 seed defeating the number 3 Alliance. The 6 seed, led by Team 1 the Juggernauts, came ready to play with some rough Michigan playoff tactics. Kettering saw a strategy that teleported me right back to 2014, as many alliances attempted to assist or feed their alliance, contrary to full field cycles. The 6 seed was able to continue their success and defeated the 2 seed in round 2. The 4 seed, captained by 5084 the Fridgebots, pulled off a massive upset on the number 1 Alliance as well during round 2, and set up an epic 4v6 match 11. The 4 seed prevailed in this instance, with some keen opportunistic defense being the X factor. This set up a huge match 13 of the number 1 alliance versus the well-rounded number 6 alliance, and it was close all the way. Many missed notes in auto cost the number 1 alliance, and most crucially, 4 tech fouls that kept the 6 seed in the game. The match ended in a 77-77 tie, and the tiebreaker is tech fouls, which sent our 6 seed dramatically to the finals. While the 4 seed dominated their first meeting, once the 6 seed got to the finals, they were all business. They locked the Blue Banner down in just 2 matches and confirmed their spot as the Michigan Cinderella of Week 1. The 6 seed, consisting of Team 1 the Juggernauts, Team 245 the Atombots, and Team 2145 the Hazmats, hit hard, made their shots, and played a brand of crescendo that was pure quality. Congratulations to their alliance on their exciting victory. Congratulations are also in order for the winners of the first Impact Award, Team 7166 Red Thunder Robotics. Team 245 the Atombots completed the Kling Bling with an EI win, and Team 9673 won the Rookie All-Star Award. Congratulations to all of the fantastic teams that attended Kettering 1, and best of luck at your next events.
The First in Michigan Battle Creek event took place March 1st through March 3rd at Battle Creek Central High School. This event was previously the Lakeview event, but had a change in name and location this year. The event was compiled of 37 teams, including 818, 4381, 4422, 4453, and the favorites to win, 3357, the Comets. 3357 started strong, winning their first 7 qualification matches with an average score of 48 points. They would lose qualification match 44 with a score of 24-46. Following that loss, they would win their next match 81-7, reclaiming the top spot and never looking back. They would finish with a qualification record of 11-1. In alliance selection, 3357 would pick 6002 Robotics, with 4422 picking their sister team 4381 as their alliance partner, and 4453 captaining the number 5 alliance. We now go to match 1 of the upper bracket, where Alliance 1 faced Alliance 8. Alliance 8 had 2 of the 3 teams that were on the only alliance to defeat the number 1 seed 3357. And man, did they put on a great show. With just 45 seconds left in the match, Red, Alliance 1, was up 45-32. Red had been mostly shut down up to that point, thanks to the great defense of number 8 Alliance captain 9106. As endgame started, the score stood at 48-41. All Red robots would climb the chains, but with just 3 seconds left, 6002's arm would snap, and they would fall to the floor. When the buzzer sounded, Blue had a 50-48 advantage. For a moment, it seemed like they might pull off the impossible upset again. However, when the score animation ran, it was a Red win. They had squeaked out a 55-53 win, thanks to them having 2 other climbed robots, while Blue had no climbed robots. The number 1 alliance would then breeze through the rest of the matches, reaching the finals, where they would play the number 4 alliance for the right to call themselves the winners of the Battle Creek event. At the end of Autumn in Finals 1, Alliance 4 on Blue held a 19-10 lead over Alliance 1 in Red. They would continue to hold that lead until the final 50 seconds, when Red would cut the lead to just 1 point, pushing Blue to the very edge. With 11 seconds left, Comets would score in the speaker, making the score 51-51 going into the final seconds of climbing. Red Alliance would once again survive an upset, winning 58-56, thanks to their ability to climb the chains and get all 3 robots hanging. The second finals match would be much different, however. Alliance 1 would lead 25-19 at the end of Auton and continue to dominate the rest of the match. They utterly destroyed Alliance 4, winning 81-52, with 61 of their points coming from the speaker. We want to give a big congratulations to the number 1 Alliance for winning the event. We also want to congratulate Team 6078, the Robo Rams, for winning the Impact Award. Team 3536, the Electro Eagles, for winning EI, and Team 9759, Forge of Falcon, for winning the Rookie All-Star Award. Good luck to all the teams at their next event. Now we go back towards Lake Michigan for another Saturday-Sunday event. The first in Michigan Berrien Springs event took place March 1st through March 3rd at Berrien Springs High School. This is the first year this event has taken place. While only having 34 teams participate, it was quite a stacked event, with Team 201 the Feds, Team 302 the Dragons, Team 1741 Red Alert, Team 2075 Enigma Robotics, Team 4237 Team Lanceabot, and Team 7769 The Crew, all participating. The top seed would switch multiple times during the 2 days of matches. 2775, 4237, 7769, 1741, and 302 would all compete for the number 1 ranking, but ultimately 7769 would take it with a qualification record of 11-0-1. 7769 would pick. Team 4237 would opt not to take the team directly below them, instead opting to pick number 6 ranked 302 as their alliance partner. 1741 would take an even larger leap, picking number 12 ranked 8612 Calvin Christian Robotics as their first pick. The host team, 3452, the Green Engineers, would be the first pick of Team 4325, the Robo Rangers, who captains the number 8 Alliance. 201, the Feds, who ended quals ranked 27th, were pick number 2 of the number 2 Alliance. They had struggled throughout the competition, but had adapted to become a very well-rounded shuttlebot, opting not to use their shooter except in Auton. Playoffs would not see any upsets until round 2, match 8 of the upper bracket, where Alliance number 3 would defeat Alliance number 2, thanks to some penalty points from 4237 drawing 3 tech fouls from zone infractions. Alliance 3 would then lose to Alliance 1, dropping them to the lower bracket, where they would see Alliance 2 in round 5, match 13. The stage was set, a rematch to go to the finals. The match would start with a close score, being 26-22 in favor of Alliance 2 at the end of Auton. The match would stay very close the whole time, with Alliance 3 in red having a 47-45 advantage with just 30 seconds left. And with just 5 seconds left, 1741 would be called for 2 tech fouls, leading to a 67-53 win for the number 2 Alliance, sending them to the finals after getting revenge on their only loss. In Finals 1, 4237, who had showed themselves to be a high-scoring offense bot, was stuck on defense all match, leaving the burden to score on 302, with 201 shuttling the notes. With only 1 robot scoring for Alliance number 2, they couldn't keep up with the firepower of both 7769 and 2075, leading to a 69-55 win for Alliance number 1. In Finals 2, 4237 was back with a vengeance. They had fixed whatever had caused them to not be able to shoot, and with 201 bringing them and 302 notes faster than 7769 and 2075 could cycle, they easily handled the match, winning 81-69. We were gonna have a rubber match. Finals 3. They say that this is the place where legends are born, and it couldn't be more true. Both alliances would start hot, finishing Auton with a 31-26 red advantage. Red would continue to hold the lead until a minute 10 left in the match, where Blue would take a 1-point lead. Blue would continue extending the lead to 12 with just 19 seconds left. With the start of Endgame, the human players let the high notes fly, with Red landing 1 out of 3 high notes and Blue landing 0 out of 3 high notes. All 3 robots for Red would be parked on the stage, with 1 blue robot climbing and the other 2 parked. The gym fell quiet, and all eyes turned to the video board. As the endgame animation played and the F1 car crossed the finish line, it was a Blue Alliance win displayed across the screen. The number 2 Alliance had managed to upset the number 1 Alliance. Their strategy to have a shuttle bot instead of the defense bot led to their major success. A big congratulations to the winning Alliance. We also want to shout out Team 201 The Feds for completing the Bling Cling and winning the Impact Award. Team 3875 Red Storm Robotics for winning EI, and their sister team, Team 9566 Red Storm Rookies for winning the Rookie All-Star Award. Good luck to all the teams at their next events.
40 teams gathered to compete at the Jackson Qualifier event in Brooklyn, Michigan. Some notable teams participating in this event are 2611 Jacktown Vectors, 3414 Hackbots, and 9312 Nerd Spark. Our first notable match is Qualification Match 21, which has viewers on the edge of their seats. At the end of Auton, the Red Alliance formed by 8522 SHS Robos, 9183 Robo Comets, and 3414 Hackbots found themselves with a 10-point lead. The Blue Alliance, who fought bravely to recover lost points, was created by teams 6081 Digital Dislocators, 7501 Golden Bears, and 7790 Baywatcher Robotics. Unfortunately for the Red Alliance, they ran Teleop being a robot down, but that didn't stop them from holding off the lead. 3414 Hackbots played a crucial role in slowing down the Blue Alliance over by their subwoofer, with strong defense plays starting at a minute 35. With robots fighting for points, the teams were practically neck and neck heading into Endgame, 40 points for Blue and 38 for Red. When the cameras went off and as we waited for official match scores to be shown, each alliance had 42 points, but a 1-point stage difference led to the Blue Alliance winning, going 45 to 44 points. For the second match, we're going to skip through playoffs and head into Finals Match 2, where the Jackson event winner would be decided. Over on the Red Alliance, we have Alliance 1, formed by team captains 6081 Digital Dislocators, their first pick 1076 Pi High Samurai, and lastly, they were joined by 8424 Tractor Technicians Next Gen. Over on the Blue Alliance, we have Alliance 3, created by team captains 7501 Golden Bears, and their partnership with 1023 Bedford Express and 5577 Kinematic Wolves. At the end of Autonomous, we find the Red Alliance with a 6-point lead, while the Blue Alliance attempts to make a recovery, with 1023 playing amazing defense on 6081 by the Red Alliance subwoofer. The strategy of defending doesn't seem to work out, as the Blue Alliance hoped. Upon 6081's next cycles, 7501 plays some defense and unfortunately loses connection around 125. Unfortunately, 7501 is parked near the Red Alliance's podium, practically impeding the Red Alliance's territory. To combat earning many tech fouls, in the last 20 seconds of teleop, 1023 pushes 7501 closer to the core of the red stage. Unfortunately, the Blue Alliance did muster 35 points in tech fouls, allowing the Red Alliance to take home the event-winning blue banner. Congratulations to the winning Alliance 6081 Digital Dislocators, 1076 Pi High Samurai, and 8424 Tractor Technicians Next Gen. The finalist aligns 7501 Golden Bears, 1023 Bedford Express, and 5577 Kinematic Wolves, and to the other 34 teams that competed at this event. Congratulations to 5577 Kinematic Wolves for winning the Impact Award and 9312 Nerd Spark for winning their career's first Engineering Inspiration Award. 55 teams gathered in the Federal District in Brazil for the Brazil Regional event. Some notable teams participating here are 9085 Sessay Senai Mega Heartbeat, 9175 Brain Machine FRC, and 9199 Sessay Senai Sharks. Our first notable match is a qualification match 18. At the end of Autumn, the Blue Alliance, formed by 9195 Team Prodaxy, 9045 North Lions, and 1156 Under Control found themselves with a 12-point lead. The Red Alliance, who fought bravely to recover lost points, was created by teams 9163 Hydra, 9611 Sensei Senai SC Cyberrain, and 9066 Cavallo Vendado. Autonomous went off to be a great start for the Blue Lions, earning 26 points and giving themselves a 12-point lead to start off teleop with, despite the incident 9195 had at the very beginning of Autonomous with the chains. Then, at the 2-minute mark, we notice 9163 has a note stuck in their robot, stopping their ability to score any notes, causing a major hit for the Red Alliance as the match unfolds. One brilliant move made in this match was 1156 scoring a note in the Red Alliance's amp at the 2-minute and 5-second mark, allowing for a better possibility of the cooperation bonus. This is vital for 1156 who are determined to maintain their #1 rank at this event. By the time it's endgame, it looks like the Blue Alliance is going to be winning this match, leading 36 to 25 points. At the 10-second marks, in hopes to stop the Red Alliance from climbing, 9045 attempts to hinder the Red Alliance by obstructing them. This results in 2 tech fouls, or 10 points of penalties for the Blue Alliance. What looked like it would become a clear win for the Blue Alliance, it came down to the difference in Autonomous that mattered, as the Blue Alliance won by 1 point, winning 39 to 38. For the second match, we're going to skip through playoffs and head into finals match 2, where the Brazil regional event winner would be decided. Over on the Red Alliance, we have Alliance 1, formed by team captains 1156 Under Control, their first pick 7565 Sensei Senai Roboticos, and lastly 88 Infinity BR. Over on the Blue Alliance, we have Alliance 2, created by team captains 9602 Canine Tech, and their partnership with 904060 Sensei Senai Steel Bulls and 9168 Argobot. This match was back and forth, with the Red Alliance ending Autonomous off with a slim 3-point lead. The Blue Alliance fought bravely to recoup points during teleop, with 9460 cycling notes into the amp and 9168 and 9602 being a duo trying to get as many notes as possible into the speaker. With that, the Alliance was able to muster 45 additional points before endgame. With the amazing plays from the Blue Alliance, around the 55-second mark, we noticed part of 9168's robot is only hanging on by a wire, and they continue to play with it dangling around, earning a team a potential foul. Despite this, at the start of endgame, 2 alliances are neck and neck with 62 points each, proving it to be anyone's game. But a single tech foul led to the opposing alliance winning. Despite an amazing recovery, the Blue Alliance gained themselves a penalty at the 15-second mark when 2 notes were stuck onto 9460's robot, leading to the Red Alliance to take home the Brazil regional winner Blue Banner by a slim margin win with 75 points to 71 points. Congratulations to the winning alliance 1156 Under Control, 7565 Sessay Senai Roboticos, and 8882 Infinity BR. The finalist alliance 9460 Sensei Senai Steel Bulls, 9168 Argobot, and 9602 Canine Tech, and to the other 49 teams that competed at this event. Congratulations to Impact Award winners 7567 Sensei Senai Octopus and Rookie All-Star Award winners 9458 Senai Sensei Jack Tech.
Israel District Event Number 1 kickstarted the 2024 competition season with a bang. This event featured 31 Israeli teams, including teams 1574, 1577, 1690, and 3339. At the end of quals, Team 6090 Orbit finished first and picked Team 3339 Bumblebee to join their alliance. Let's dive into some matches, starting with playoff match number 1. This match featured Alliance 1 in red and 8 in blue. One of the things I liked most about this match is the fantastic auto delivered by Alliance 1, with 10 notes into the speaker and 54 points earned overall. As Tele-Op continued, the Red Alliance delivered 8 amp notes and 17 additional speaker notes. A climb provided by Team 3339 with less than 5 seconds to the match sealed a massive victory for Alliance 1 of 126 to 36. This is currently the highest scoring match here in Israel, and it was such a great performance to start the first playoff of the season with. Moving on with the playoffs, we reach match 11, bringing Alliance 1 in red and Alliance 3 in blue. After auto, it was Alliance 3 with a 2-point lead over red. In Tele-Op, the lead moved back and forth between the alliances with a lead of only 8 points or less. At the end, it was Alliance 1 who took the win 98 to 92. However, this was a very close match and both alliances received over 90 points, which I think shows how high the level was. Alliance 1 moved to the finals as Alliance 3 played in match 13. They won and met Alliance 1 again in the finals, and after 3 final matches, it was Alliance 1 of Team 6090 Orbit, 3339 Bumblebee, and 5135 Black Unicorns who took the first blue banners of the season home. Congratulations to the winning teams as well as to Team 3211, the white team, and for the Engineering Inspiration Award, and to Team 5951 MA for Silver Gold Kling Bling, event finalists, and the Impact Award. Jumping right into ISR number 2 event, this event featured 30 Israeli teams including 2231, 3075, 5614, 5951, and 5987. As well as last year's ISR 2 winners 7039 and 7112. After 60 great qualification matches, it was Team 2231 Onyxtronics who finished first and picked Team 7039 EXO to join their alliance. More about that alliance later, but first, let's take a look at playoff match 13 with Alliance 3 in red and 2 in blue. The winner advances to the final as the other alliance is eliminated. After the autonomous period, it was Alliance 3 with a 15-point lead. The Red Alliance managed to keep a strong lead until about a minute and a half to the end of the match, where they started to struggle due to Team 5928 defense. That defense, along with the blue amplification, helped Alliance 2 to take the lead with 10 seconds remaining. However, 2 tech fouls awarded against the Blue Alliance afterwards gave the lead back to the Red, and they ended up winning the match 61 to 57. Alliance 3 advanced to the finals where they met Alliance 1. Let's see what happened in the first final match. After an impressive 7 notes auto by Alliance 1, they had a 10-point lead over the Alliance in blue. The Red Alliance managed to keep a strong lead until around a minute to go, after which the Blue Alliance managed to slowly close the gap and even have a 1-point lead towards the 15 seconds mark. Then the Red had a 1-point lead, followed by another Blue 1-point lead, followed by, you guessed it, a Red 1-point lead, giving us a very exciting last few seconds, as the score at the buzzer was 75 to 74, and a very close final score of 82 to 79. The Red Alliance continued to win in Final 2, as well as giving them the win. Congratulations to the winning teams 2231 Onyxtronics, 7039 EXO, and 9739 Fireflies, as well as to Team 5614 Sycamore for the Engineering Inspiration Award and Team 4590 Grimblitz for the Impact. This week we are heading to ISR events 3 and 4, and as always, you're more than welcome to join us and tune in for more exciting game, matches, and fun.
All right, going down to Mexico, we have the 2024 Monterrey Regional, presented by Prepatec. And let me tell you, it was an exciting event. From start to finish, there were lights and spectacle from the Arena Borrego, who is the host venue. Monterrey, even as a Week 1 event, is considered to be always a high level for the Mexican teams, because the big names always come to play. Some teams that attended were 4400 Robotics from Peñoles, 3478 Lambert from Prepatec, 4635 Botbusters from Prepatec, 7421 Overture from Prepatec, 4403 Rolt both from Peñoles and Prepatec. 7102 Daedalus from Prepatec, and 1617 Siberius from Prepatec. Qualification matches were extremely close between the top-tier teams. By the end of Friday, 7421 Overture was on top of everything, but it was a close one. And just as the matches settled, 3478 Lambert climbed to the top 1 ranked to make the first pick of Alliance selection, who they went ahead and picked 4635 Budbusters with them. However, playoffs were unpredictable. If we can see match 13, the attentions turned into Alliance 2, as Team 7421 Overture ran a beautiful autonomous routine with their partners 4403 Rolt and 3472 Bullock, who broke the high score of the event, all the way to 91 points. Alliance 2, who had gone by the lower bracket, made it back to the finals after getting full coordination between them. The finals were close, as Alliance 1 of 4635 Budbusters, 3478 Lambert, and 4782 were not going to keep that title easily. Even when Alliance 1 was having robot issues, they played close defense, who defined the match 1 just by 3 points. Both Alliance 1 and Alliance 2 adapted to playing those finals. By the end, it was only 2 matches and Alliance 2 took the victory. Big congratulations to the Alliance captain 7421 Overture, 4403 Rolt, 3472 Bullock, who's actually their first regional win. I would also like to give a big shout out to Jesus Betancourt, who won the Woody Flowers Award from 6832 Steamex, and also to Team 4735 thereof for their engineering inspiration win, and 4400 Robotics for another Impact Award win. See you in the next Monterey Regional.
50 teams gathered at the David L. Lawrence Convention Center for the 2024 Greater Pittsburgh Regional. Some notable teams that attended the event: you had Team 340 GRR, 695 Bison Robotics, 2614 Mars, and 3015 Ranger Robotics. Now, this was an exciting event with plenty of great matches, but the first one that I want to dive into is qualification match number 70. It was the Blue Alliance that held a lead coming out of Autonomous thanks to 4 notes being scored in their speaker as compared to only 2 for the Red Alliance. At the start of Teleop, 1787 gets to work for the Red Alliance, immediately working on the amp, scoring 3 notes into the amp, 1 for the cooperation and 2 more that their speaker was ready to be amplified. They then turned around and quickly scored 2 notes into that amplified speaker, earning the Red Alliance 10 points and the lead. 1787 then continued to work on the amp, while 7515 managed to score a few notes into the speaker, 1 of which was amplified. Meanwhile, the Blue Alliance kept the score close thanks to the speaker efforts of 4611 and the amp efforts of 3181. Thanks to both their efforts combined, it was only a 3-point match as the timer hit 20 seconds and the robots began to line up for the end game. The Red Alliance wound up winning the match with a final score of 52-50 thanks to a literal last-second climb with 1 second left on the clock by 1787. And it was thanks to this victory that 1787 wound up sitting number 1 overall at the event. Now, there were some fantastic matches throughout the playoffs, but I want to jump straight to Finals Match 2. You have the Red Alliance and the number 8 seed, captained by 144 Operation Orange and their partners 340 GRR and 4145 the Warbots, up against the Blue Alliance and the number 2 seed, captained by 325 Respawn Robotics and their partners 4611 Ozone and 3504 Girls of Steel. The Blue Alliance took Finals Match 1 with a score of 93-57. At the start of Autonomous for Finals 2, you had a volley of shots in both alliances, with 5 being scored into the speaker for the Blue Alliance, 3 of which were courtesy of 4611, and 4 notes for the Red Alliance, 2 each by 340 and 4145. Still, though, it was the Blue Alliance that came out of Autonomous with a slim 3-point lead. Now, thanks to some excellent alliance coordination by the Red Alliance, they were able to stage an early comeback with some short cycles to fill up their amp and score 3 notes into the amplified speaker, allowing them to claim the lead from the Blue Alliance. The Blue Alliance responded with some notes in the amp of their own and some amplified speaker shots of their own, but when the dust settled after the first minute of tally-up, it was indeed the Red Alliance who held a 1-point lead. Throughout the match, both alliances battled fiercely, and the score remained neck and neck going into the last 15 seconds of tally-up. The turning point of the match was about 13 seconds left in tally-up, when 144 on the Red Alliance accidentally incurred a penalty when they came into contact with 3504 of the Blue Alliance around the stage, violating Rule G424B, which awarded 2 tech fouls and 10 points to the Blue Alliance. These foul points ultimately were too much for the Red Alliance to overcome, and the Blue Alliance took the victory and the Blue Banners with a final score of 95-89. Congratulations to the winning alliance of 325 Respawn Robotics and their partners 4611 Ozone and 3504 Girls of Steel. Also, big shout out to the Regional Impact Award winners, Team 2614, and the Regional EI winners, 8393.
Hello and welcome back to First Indiana. This week we had the Mishawaka District event, featuring many consistently good teams, including 2023 Newton Division Captain 3940, 2023 Galileo Division winner 461, and 1501, a team who had already proven their capability to successfully shoot speaker, amp, and trap. We had one very key qual match, number 55. This would feature several alliance captains, but more importantly help decide their rankings. 1501 and 45 proved they earned high seeds by putting up enough notes for the Melody RP, and with 5402 Reckless Robotics, they would also earn the Ensemble RP, helping lock 1501 Team Thrust into the first seed and Team 45 Technocats into the fourth. Unfortunately, this match wouldn't go as well for the Blue Alliance and would result in 3940 dropping into the sixth seed, where they would eventually finish. On to eliminations. Alliance selection would prove interesting, as 1501 would pick the second seed, 4272 Maverick Robotics, leaving 8103 Knight Robotics as the second alliance captain. They would attempt to pick some of the other alliance captains, leaving many other top contenders on separate alliances, and would eventually partner with 1024 the Kilobytes. Alliance 4, led by 461 Westside Boiler Invasion and joined by 3176 Purple Precision, as well as Team 3865 Riley Wildbots, would blaze a path through the upper bracket straight into finals. Alliance 6 would almost do the same before losing to the 4th Alliance in match 11, but would be back for a rematch after winning match 13. Another alliance of note is the second alliance. Led by 8103, this alliance would make it all the way to match 12 before their run was ended, and great job to all three robots for the great run through elims. Now going into finals, Alliance 2 had already proven their ability to score high. However, Alliance 6 had beaten many powerhouse alliances, and with their extra practice together, had a good chance to win. However, both finals matches would go to Alliance 2, showing the 461 curse has been absolutely obliterated, as well as how important defense can be due to the absolute shutdown plays from 3865. In terms of awards, 5484 Career Academy Wolfpack would win Impact, 2171 Robodogs would win Engineering Inspiration, and 8431 Snyder Panthers would win Rookie All-Star. Congrats to all winners and to everyone for the great event. I can't wait to see what's in store for Indiana during the Week 3 Columbus District event.
The Northern Lights Regional, 55 teams battling it out through 83 qualification rounds, with Team 1714 More Robotics taking the top spot with 7 wins, 1 loss, and 1 tie. Though this would not land them in the final matches. We would see Seed 2 captained by 2494 No Mythic that would go to the final matches undefeated. 2491, who had a replay of match 60 due to a field fault where they were dead on the first match 60, saw them alive and scoring it up. They would take 2129 Ultraviolet and round off with 6758 Otternauts. Before the finals, we would see both finalists in match 8, Seed 2 versus Seed 3, captained by 4230 Topperbots, first pick 6147 Tonkabots, and rounding off with 5232 Talons. Match 8 would see a very close match, but with 8 extra notes being scored and 4 of them amplified. With every robot on stage at the end of those, notes would give Seed 2 the win. The Seed 3 would battle their way up through the lower bracket, not giving up, getting their flow down and maintaining their way up. Going into the first match in finals, in auto, Seed 2 would be slinging notes, but would have most not landing in the speaker, giving Seed 3 a good 15-point lead going into teleop. Seed 2 would throw many notes at the speaker, but have many not make it in. They would still have 4 or more notes in, but all 8 shots Seed 3 made into the speaker were amplified. Seed 3 adding 2 notes into the trap, walking away from the match with a big lead, 98-60. Match 2 of the finals would once again see a Seed 2 throwing only 2 notes into the speaker in auto, while Seed 3 would double that, giving them a lead going into teleop. Seed 3 would stick with the plan to only shoot speaker when it was amplified, while Seed 2 managed to score almost double the notes in teleop, but only getting 6 of them amplified. With an extra 2 notes in the trap for Seed 3, this would secure their second win. Congrats to 42-30, 61-47, and 52-32 on the win. Also, huge congratulations to 1792 Roundtable Robotics on the Engineering Inspiration Award and 6574 Ferrodermis on the Impact Award. On the other side of the curtain is Duluth in the Lake Superior Regional. 55 teams battling another 83 rounds of qualifications. Taking that top spot with a bit of contention in qual match 66, seeking rank 1 and 2, fighting it out at that time, 2997. Sir Lancerbots and 1733 Hilltopper Robotics. Heavy defense on both sides, causing both alliances to not reach the Melody rank point, and 4714 Wingnuts, leaving all sorts of intake wheels at the source, now being unable to score the trap note. The loss of these points would not affect 1732's spot in the long run, as they would take their rank 1 spot at the end of their first pick. 2052 Nightcrawler and would round off with 6217 Bombbots, but have to sub in for 7915 Ripon Robotics for 6217 after the first match for the rest of the rounds. One very impressive finals match, number 12, would see Seed 4 comprising of Captain 2823, the Automatons, 5690 Sub-Zero Robotics, and 286 Infinity's End, taking on Seed 8, made up of Captain 93 New Apple Core, or 3197 Hexhounds, and 6421 Warrior Bots. 3 offensive bots versus 3 offensive bots going at it. An 8-point lead out of auto to Seed 8. With notes going in like mad on both sides, 6421 Swerve goes out after slamming the wall to get a note in the amp with over 1 minute left on the clock. This gave Alliance 4 time to close the gap of notes scored. Even with 6 more notes scored by Seed 8, with more amplified notes and 2 climbs, this would give 4 the win by 1 point in the end. The Seed 4 would then see defeat in match 13 to Seed 7, comprised of Captain 6381 Red Raider Robotics, first pick 2531 Robohawks, and 5903 Thorbots. Seed 7, having faced off against Seed 1 already in match 11, were looking to make a comeback. In finals match 1, there was no stopping Seed number 1 from a great auto and amping up their speaker with an entire 7 shots amplified, giving Seed 1 the easy win in finals 1. Into finals 2, Seed 7 was not planning on being easily defeated. And Seed 1 would see a very small 2-point lead going out of auto. 7915 would play some awesome defense on the speaker to slow down Speed 7's scoring. With very little defense on 2052 and 1732 notes, and amplified notes were going in fast. In the end, Alliance 1 took the victory 74-49. Congrats to 2052, 1915, and 1732, and 1617 on the win. Also, congrats to 5914 on winning the Engineering Inspiration Award and 8298 on the Impact Award. A big shout out to all the teams at these events, as I know you did an awesome job, and all the other award winners at this event. That's it for this event.
This year, we had our first ever Katy District event to host 40 teams in the Leonard E. Merrill Center in Katy, Texas, with some familiar teams such as 2023 Impact finalists 118 Robonauts, 2013 World winners 1477 Texas Torque, and the green hair team 624 Kryptonite making their stand. Alliance selection started with the number 1 ranked team being 7312 T3. They invited 118, which they declined, and 624, which they also respectfully declined, so they both can form their own alliance. 7312 went on to invite 1477 Texas Torque, as well as 5923 Wildcats, which formed the number 1 alliance. Alliance 1 would win their first match 43-29. In the second match, match 7, Alliance 4 actually beat Alliance 1 94-76. Now let's take a quick look at this match. At the end of auto, Alliance 1 had a 5-point advantage, 29-24. This advantage would remain roughly the same for the next 40 seconds, but then Alliance 4 activated their amp to amplify their points, allowing them to give a 13-point advantage. At the end of amplification, the score was 55-42. Alliance 4 would continue to dominate the match, giving them the win. Alliance 4 would continue to dominate. In match 11, Alliance 4 beat Alliance 2 in a very close match, 76-72. Both alliances were neck to neck the entire match, but with 1 minute and 7 seconds left in the match, both alliances activated their amplification, but Alliance 2 wasn't able to take advantage of it at all, as all 3 robots were in the loading zone trying to get notes. Alliance 4 took advantage of it and got a 18-point advantage with less than a minute left. Alliance 2 would slowly catch up, but it wasn't enough to give them the win. But knowing them, this wasn't the last time they were going to see each other together. That's right, we had an Alliance 4 and Alliance 2 matchup in finals. In finals match 1, it was very one-sided, as Alliance 4 had a 12-point advantage coming out of auto, 26-14. A few seconds after auto, 624 lost connections, leaving them dead on the field for the rest of the match. Their alliance partner tried to continue to put points in, but in the end, Alliance 4 won 100-1-32. In finals match 2, Alliance 4 had gained a huge lead coming out of auto, 31-9. Then a few seconds after auto, 6645 Alloy Obsession lost connection, but they came back 30 seconds later and continued to score points in the amp to try to regain the lead. But then 50 seconds later, 118 tried to score in the amp, but they got a note stuck in their robot. So they had to play defense for the rest of the match. This gave Alliance 2 a chance to slowly catch up, but it wasn't enough, giving Alliance 4 the win, 72-51. Congratulations to Team 624 Kryptonite, 231 High Voltage, and 6645 Alloy Obsession for making an amazing run through playoffs and becoming the 2024 First in Texas Katy District Event finalists. Congratulations to Team 118 Robonauts, 8576 Golden Warrior Robotics, and 7616 Cerberus for being the number 4th Alliance and becoming the 2024 First in Texas Katy District Event winners. For awards, congratulations to Team 9478 RoboColts for winning the Rookie All-Star Award, and congratulations to Team 624 Kryptonite for winning the District Engineering Inspiration Award, and congratulations to Team 7312 T3 for winning the District First Impact Award.
The 2024 First in Texas Waco event sure was one to remember. With qual starting over 4 hours late, this event had an interesting schedule and some of the fastest match turnarounds I've ever seen, averaging 6 minutes. Due to the qualification matches starting so late in the day, Day 1 of quals ended at 9:30 p.m. at qual match 38. This event delay led to us watching the First in Texas Katy stream for entertainment, where the Katy head ref said hi. Once we finally got the event rolling with the help of our CSA crew, FTAs, and FTAA, and manually setting everybody's IP addresses, the event was underway. This event had some clear leaders, such as 2468 Team Appreciate and sister teams 2687 Team Apprentice and 2689 Team Alpha, 6800 Valor, 3005 Robochargers, and 6377 Howdy Bots. The 4th Alliance lost to the 5th Alliance by just 2 points in match 2, but turned around and beat them in match 12 with a score of 72-50, which led the 4th Alliance to match 13, where they beat the 2nd Alliance by 8 points. 17 of those points were opposing Alliance penalties, which led to the finals matches being between Alliance 1 and Alliance 4. A massive congratulations to the winning Alliance, the 1st Alliance, Team 2468 Team Appreciate, 3005 Robochargers, and 2158 Austin Cans. Another huge congratulations to 2714 Barbecue for winning the Impact Award, 2468 Team Appreciate for winning the Engineering Inspiration Award, and 9655 Shallowater for winning Rookie All-Star, as well as to Team 2881 Lady Cans for having your students take both of Waco's Dean's List semifinalist spots. And great job, Angel, whose forecast for this event was spot on.
On the southern shores of California was the Hueneme Port Regional this past weekend. There were 50 teams competing this year, of which 21 teams returned from the previous year. Looking to go back-to-back, we have 44-14 and 696, with returning contenders of 60-36 and 44-81. We had teams rain in from all over the state, but some that drew extraordinary attention were 44-14 High Tide, 2023's world champions, 973 Greybots from Northern California, and of course other regional specialties from 2023. 5199 Robot Dolphins from outer space will be joining us, as well as 7157 Mubotics and 4201 Vitruvian Bots. Joining us from outside the States are 4481 Team Rembrandt from the Netherlands, 8020 Cyberpunk from Taiwan, and 9635 Cyber Rabbit from China. Looking at the progression of the game, we can notice that the vast majority of winning scores averaged between 50 and 70, where the high was only 107 that happened at the very last match of qualifications. The rankings were kind of all over the place on Saturdays, but as we moved into Sunday, most of the teams that we expected to be in the top 10 kind of fell into place, as historically these teams would rank highly at each of the regionals. One team that we might want to keep in mind as we move into finals and playoffs would be 3647, the Millennium Falcons from San Diego, California. They had a very well-rounded robot that statistically yielded the second highest offensive power rating of the competition under Peninsula Robotics, and because of how well they're versed in shooting from afar and also having an exceptional auto, 4481 would choose them as their first pick to be on Alliance 2. Take a look at match 11 of playoffs. So we're Alliance 2 upset Alliance 1, who had 60-36 and 44-14. During autonomous, the score was in favor of the Blue Alliance, 49-24, but entering teleop, 36-47 would quickly traverse the field, stopping at the truss of the stage to shoot from a distance. This cycle could be repeated over and over, while their Alliance partner, Steel Stingers 94-52, would be heavily defending the Red Alliance, successfully blocking a few shots, as you might notice in the first 30 seconds of teleop. The chemistry of the Alliance 2 would ultimately face up against Alliance 4 in finals, who had 2102 Team Paradox, 3128 Aluminum Narwhals, and 498 Cobra Commanders, who upset Alliance 1 in match 13 of the lower bracket. In finals 2, the match started evenly with 29-26 coming out of auto. However, with Alliance 4 in blue playing triple offense, the Steel Stingers goes near the speaker to consistently rattle the rhythm of their scoring capabilities. This left 4481 and 3647 wide open to tear through the field and maintain their lead, having the final score 74-60 with a clean 0 penalty match. Congratulations to 4481, 3647, and 9452 for winning the Winding Newport Regional this year. But furthermore, congrats to Alliance 4, 2102, 3128, and 498 for their valiant efforts in contending the winners. I would also like to recognize the Regional Impact Award winners, 498, as will be heading to the Worlds for a chance to join the Hall of Fame. Good luck to all the teams as they head deeper into the competition season.
Up north in Silicon Valley, we have a previously Week 6 Silicon Valley Regional moved up to Week 1. With 42 teams competing this year, we have a few notable returners, 1678, 100, 604, 1868, and 972. However, 254 did not make their appearance in this year's Silicon Valley Regional, as they normally have attended in the past. Citrus Circuits and Wild Hots are back to defend their title this year, and with contenders of 987 High Rollers from Vegas, 1868 Space Cookie, 604 Quicksilver, and 972 Iron Claw, who are all historically highly ranked in competitions. Shout out to Team 6348 Prepatech Horse, who traveled here from Mexico, and Team 3008 Team Magma from Hawaii. Very on in qualification rounds, we noticed that there are a few teams that might show their true colors as underdogs. However, Team 581, the Blazing Bulldogs, were no underdogs at this event. They went undefeated in all 11 qualification matches, even upsetting 1678 in qualification 69 with a score of 73-51. By looking into the match a little bit closer, we noticed how the Robot Titan quickly scored 3 notes in the speaker and would have scored their 4th in autonomous had the circuits not taken one that they were going for in midfield. The match grew pretty intense with all 3 robots in red playing offense, with 2 on blue, 2 on offense and 1 on defense. However, the Bulldogs would convert to defense actually with 1 minute and 15 seconds of the match left to go, as there was very little action on the blue side to challenge the red to score a little bit more. The match ended with a victory in favor of the red, upsetting 1678 and the Blue Alliance. This would set a precedence such that the Blazing Bulldogs and Circuits would team up for playoffs. Let's jump straight into finals though, where the matchup of robots and strategy would come into significant play. Alliance 1 consisted of 581, 1678, 80, 48 Cherobots, and they would face off against Alliance 3, 604 Quicksilver, 32, 56 Warrior Borgs, and 9470 Control Alt Defeat. In finals, match 2, Alliance 1 was determined to win it all, but coming out of auto, Alliance 3 and Blue were up 30-24, where both teams played rigorous offense in an attempt to outscore each other. With 1 minute and 39 seconds left to go, both teams were actually still tied 50 apiece, and this would continue through the minute up to where 70-ish apiece, where with a pinning foul against red by 581, the blue would actually take the lead by 5, and with under 40 seconds to go, 581 will actually make a pivotal mistake and stand still with a robot malfunction near the stage on the Red Alliance, and this allowed the Blue Alliance to drive home Finals Match 2 to a tiebreaker match. Finals 3 grew a little bit more intense, going back and forth between Alliance 1 and 3. However, in the final minute, there seemed to be a small malfunction with 3256 Warrior Borg's intake, as they could not pass the note into their shooter. This cost the Blue Alliance valuable scoring possessions, and furthermore costing them the match. That means the Red Alliance was victorious and ended the score with 94 to 63. With a win for the Red Alliance. Congratulations to Alliance 1678, 581, and 8048 for winning the regional at Silicon Valley. But this doesn't go without a huge shout out to Alliance 3 for putting up a great fight to contend the blue banner. Furthermore, great job to Circuits again for winning the Regional Impact Award, and good luck to all the teams as they head into more competitions this season.
At Clackamas Academy of Industrial Sciences in Oregon City, Oregon this weekend, 31 teams compete for their first blue banner. Notably from this event, the 2811, the Stormbots went all out debuting their successful trap mechanism, 2557, the Shotobots showing their interesting methods of shooting, and 4488 with their pivoting intake. In qualification match 2, we see the first major matchup of the event. On the Red Alliance, 2550, Skynet, 955, Control C, and 3674, the Cloverbots put up a very strong showing against the Blue Alliance consisting of 2811, the Stormbots, 2926, RoboSparks, and 2557, the Sotobots. In Autonomous, Red puts up a good showing with 3674 putting up 3 notes close to matching the Blue Alliance's 5 notes in total. During the match on the red side of the field, 955 appears to be having difficulties with aiming, leaving them to defend 2557, the Sotobots. The Blue Alliance, on the other hand, experienced difficulties with 2926 being dead for a part of the match. This leaves the Blue Alliance with 2557 and 2811, some of the best spots on the field this weekend to cycle the entire match. At the end of the match, 2811 scores the trap while the human player achieves 1 high note on the microphone. With 2557 also on the stage, they gained the ranking point and won the match 32 to 65. The next match we'll be looking at, Finals 1, featuring the Second Alliance on red, consisting of 2557, 3674, and 6696. Also, the Blue Alliance, with Alliance 1 consisting of 2811, 4488, and 2550. This being the second time both alliances played each other, the other time sending Alliance 1 to the lower bracket, both alliances put up 4 notes in Autonomous. They were neck and neck the entire match. The top 4 teams cycled the entire match, proving their spots on the finals field. But to finalize the win, 66-96, Cardinal Dynamics played excellent defense against the Blue Alliance, confirming their victory of the match at the entire event. Congrats to 2557, 3674, and 66-96 for winning the event. Also congrats to 6831, AO5 Annex for winning Engineering Inspiration, and 2635, Lake Monsters for winning Impact. Good luck to these teams on future events, and now let's look north to Sonoma High School, where the Glacier Peak District event is happening. At this event, 34 teams competed, most of which are in the Seattle area. We see a change of scenery compared to previous years. Many teams put up good showing this competition, notably 2910 Jack in the Bot with their turreted shooter, 360 the Revolution with their amazing consistency, and 1778 with an over-the-bumper intake defying the under-the-bumper norm. In qualification matches, on the red side of the field, 3268 Valhalla Bots, 9036 Ramen Robotics, and 4180 Iron Riders competed in one of the first few matchups against 2910 Jack in the Bot, 2930 Sonic Squirrels, and 1778 Chill Out, and the reunion of last year's winning alliance. In Autonomous, 2910 and 1778 had a few collisions but pressed on into Teleop, where the star of the show, 1778, cycled the entire match. While 2930 experienced some issues in the beginning, and 2910 cycled until they jammed a note into their shooter, causing them to play defense on 9036 for the remainder of the match. In Endgame, 1778 and 2910 go to climb on the same section of chain, while 2930 gets their bot working with just less than enough time to climb. 1778's human player was able to spotlight the alliance, gaining them additional points. The Red Alliance putting up 4180 in the endgame results in a 29-49 match up, with the Blue Alliance becoming the victors. In the elimination rounds, on the first alliance, 2910 spun up an alliance of 360 and 3049 as they faced 9036, 948, and 9450 in the first elimination match. Red Alliance starts off very strong and impressively, putting up 8 notes across all 3 robots compared to the Blue Alliance's 3 notes. The Red Alliance has a tough start to tally up, where 3849 is dead on the field for the first few seconds. But 2910 and 360 waste no time at the beginning of cycling notes into the speaker, bullying the robots in their path. Towards the end of the match, 9036 dies on the red stage right as the guitar riff plays, making them stack serious penalties on them. 948 dabbles in the fun under the stage but realizes the risk and backs off as 3049 begins to climb. 2910 and 360 began their climb but are stopped at the buzzer. The Red Alliance wins easily with 135 points, setting the event high score and proceeding on into elimination rounds, where they end up winning the event. Congrats to 2910, 360, 30, and 3049 for winning the event, and congrats to 2412, the Robotoads, for winning Engineering Inspiration, and 4131, the Iron Patriots, for winning the event. Congrats to all PNW teams who had competed this weekend, and good luck to all of them in the future, going into future events.
The Utah Regional took place in West Valley City, Utah, with 46 teams representing Utah, Colorado, Idaho, Arizona, Nevada, Wyoming, California, and Montana. A few notable teams in attendance included 1339 Angel Robotics, 1619 Up a Creek, 2122 Team Taters, and 2240 Brute Force. However, none of these teams would take the top 3 seeds, all but guaranteeing their inability to pair together. The first key match of elims to take a look at is lower bracket match 9, Alliance 1 versus Alliance 3. Starting off in Autonomous, Alliance 3 has a less flashy auto than Alliance 1, however the simpler auto outscores the more complicated one, 29-19. At a minute 47 left, you can see Blue Alliance's teleop strategy on full display. 5851 quickly amp cycles, followed by 1339 and 1410 scoring almost simultaneously in the amplified speaker. At 58 seconds left, you then see this quick double amplified scoring and yet again. Then, with 11 seconds left, we see the endgame strategy of Blue on full display, as they have 2 robots climb with one of them spotlit. With a score of 60-86, this would eliminate the number 1 seed of 40-68, 21-22, and 18-91. We now fast forward to Finals. Finals is 2v3, however. This is a rarity in double elims, especially considering that this is the first time these alliances have met. Finals 2 auto starts with some issues on Blue, as all of the members miss or fail to intake at least one of their game pieces. This allows Red to take a pretty sizable lead, 24-14. However, as soon as auto ends, 74-26 immediately ejects a note, and then switches to playing defense. The number 1 seed is running a 1 offense, 2 defense setup, with number 3 still running their triple offense. At a minute 25 left, you can see the same strategy that got Alliance 3 to Finals in play. With 1339 and 1410 running double amp speaker cycles, they are able to close the gap to just 2 points. However, Red Alliance is still maintaining the lead until at 29 seconds left, when a series of unfortunate events play out. 3374 contacts 5851 on the podium, leading to a tech foul. Then at 20 seconds left, the 2 teams have contact yet again, but this time in the stage zone. Although no longer granting a ranking point, this does result in 2 tech fouls. The final score would be 58-68 and a win for the number 3 seed. Congratulations to 1410, 1339, and 5851 on their regional win. Congratulations are also in order to 4944, the High Fives, who would take home the Engineering Inspiration Award, while Team 2486, the Coconuts, secured the Impact Award. Many of these teams are going to be competing later on in the season, and we look forward to seeing how they progress.
Well, that's going to be it for our Week 1 events. Good luck to all teams competing in Week 2 and beyond here at the Crescendo season. And let us know in the comments below which events you're looking forward to in future weeks. Don't forget to check out Recap Sister Show Forecast, which comes out on Wednesdays as well, too. We'll pick out 8 events every single week and provide our previews and predictions for them. We'll see you next time on FRC Recap. Talk to you then. This video on fun is brought to you by viewers like you and also in partnership with the following. Discover how Kettering University students engineered their success with Kettering's amazing co-op employment programs where students earn great pay and gain valuable experience. Those accepted into Kettering University can apply for a robotics scholarship, providing up to an additional $5,000 a year in tuition assistance. Head on over to kettering.edu/first to learn more and apply.